Gojo versus Makima isn't a close matchup, and I'm going to explain why. But before the video starts, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment to help me reach 2,000 subscribers. And with that being said, let's get into the video. Now when it comes to scaling AP, this is especially difficult for Gojo since he doesn't really have concrete AP scaling for himself that we could use. What I mean is that Gojo's hacks and abilities scale far higher than Gojo himself. I mean, look at what Toji did to him. But because Gojo's actual physical AP doesn't scale to his hacks and abilities at all, for the sake of the video, to make this concise and to make it easier for me to go over and explain, I will be making Makima and Gojo's AP equal to each other. Makima's AP at the highest being around multi-city block level, which I'll just allow Gojo to have as well. So with all this being said, let's go over Makima's speed scaling. Makima has speed scaling directly to True Form Chainsaw Man. This True Form Chainsaw Man being able to react to Makima's BFR attack that has been calculated to be around massively hypersonic, which is pretty consistent even with feats prior from the series being around hypersonic plus at the lowest to massively hypersonic at the highest. Makima is able to consistently keep up with True Form Chainsaw Man and was even able to rip his heart out after a straight hand-to-hand combat encounter. And with Makima's speed cover, I'll go over her abilities next. So to get started, Makima is known as the Control Devil, and from what the name implies, her ability mainly revolves around her being able to control people. Because she is a devil, she has access to standard devil abilities like making contact with humans, regeneration, superhuman strength, speed, etc. But the thing that makes her extremely dangerous is her control ability. With this ability, Makima can control people or things that she believes to be inferior to her. For example, Makima was able to force Aki and the Angel Devil to both make a contract with her, and she's able to use contracts of each individual person's devil while she is controlling them. The current devils that Makima has or had control over are the Spider Devil, the Future Devil, the Angel Devil, the Snake Devil, and the Punishment Devil. Along with this, Makima has a contract with the Prime Minister that states that whenever Makima herself takes damage or is killed, then some random person in Japan will die or become affected by some random ailment or sickness. There were around 126 million people in Japan, by the way, so this should make Makima functionally immortal. And another thing to add is that Makima is also immune to physical attacks. This has been stated quite a bit in Chainsaw Man. But with all of this being said, how does the Honored One, Satoru Gojo, stack up in comparison to the opposition? To go over speed, it's a bit complicated since there are a few ways to talk about speed within JJK. But the most simple one is just upscaling Gojo from other characters' feats, like for example, Yuji blitzing a random curse which has been calculated to be around subsonic plus, or Maki catching Mai's bullet which has been calculated to be around high hypersonic, or Nanami just blitzing past one of Mahito's attacks, which has also been calculated to be around massively hypersonic. So if you'd like to go with these three speeds, Yuji being the low ball, Maki being the mid ball, and Nanami being the high ball, then you could just say that Gojo scales above this feat Nanami performs, meaning that Gojo should be at the bare minimum massively hypersonic or possibly higher. The second way to scale Gojo's speed is through his Hollow Purple, but I myself don't agree with this scaling. I'm just presenting it for you all to see. But Gojo's Hollow Purple has been stated to be imaginary mass, and imaginary mass is theoretical postulated particles that travel faster than the speed of light, meaning that because Gojo can use Hollow Purple and output this energy to do so, then he can also scale to these FTO speeds. But the problem is that we've never seen Gojo or really anyone in the series move at FTO speeds or even faster than that, so I don't really agree with this scaling for a speed. But if you'd like to use this or just agree with this, then that's fine. And now that I've gone over Gojo's speed, let's take a look into his abilities. Gojo has various different abilities that really put him in a class of his own, but his most famous and most prominent ability is his Limitless. This makes it so that anything that tries to reach him can never do so. He can infinitely divide the space between him and his opponent, making it so that they can never reach him. And the only way to bypass this ability in the context of this versus battle is to at least have infinite speed or higher. Gojo also has access to various other moves such as Red, Blue, and Hollow Purple. Red makes it so that Gojo is able to repel things, and it's actually pretty powerful when it's used. Blue is the inverse of red and creates a powerful attraction that basically compensates for a lack of space by filling that space back up, causing an insane powerful attraction. And Hollow Purple combines both red and blue and is able to delete all matter that's within its path. Yes, Hollow Purple can erase things, and Gojo also has access to his domain expansion if all else fails. His domain expansion, Unlimited Void, creates a barrier around him and his opponent, and when it is activated, the opponent is unable to move or do anything, and their brain gets sent unlimited amounts of repeated information until they pretty much die. And Gege, in one of the chapter extras, has given a description of how this affects someone's brain. You can pause the video if you'd like to read this. And with all of this being said, who would win between the Control Devil Makima and the Honored One, Satoru Gojo? This answer is actually very much easy to answer, and that's Gojo. Let me explain. Although in terms of their physical AP and speed, which are both around the same, Gojo just has so much more going for him that just puts him leagues above Makima. First and foremost, Makima herself said that she has to believe herself superior to her opponents in order for her to control them, and sometimes she has to fight and defeat them for that to be the case. And in the case of Gojo, she's not going to be able to find herself superior. She will never ever land a single hit on Gojo because he can just infinitely divide the space between them. None of her attacks would hit him. She can't hit him. He has a powerful repel ability, a powerful attraction ability, can delete matter from existence, and can use an ability that pretty much overloads your brain with information until you die. Again, I'll reiterate just so people who didn't hear can understand. Gojo's Limitless makes it so that Gojo cannot be hit by Makima at all. And I don't think that she has anything in her arsenal that can actually reach Gojo at all. Not to mention that he has his domain expansion, which he can activate in 0.2 seconds, which is even faster than Makima's 1 second activation of her technique in her battle against the Gun Devil. If it came down to a technique battle, Gojo can just activate Unlimited Void before Makima can activate her ability. And even though Makima has 126 million lives, those lives are finite and she can run out. All Gojo has to do is just trap her in Unlimited Void and just wait out the lives running out before she dies. And Gojo can just use Hollow Purple, which has been stated to be Imaginary Mass, which also moves at FTL speeds, meaning that Makima cannot dodge this attack since it's way faster than her, and it also erases all matter that it comes into contact with. And we do know that Makima herself can be existence erased, since Denji was actually able to eat her and actually kill her. In conclusion, I think Gojo wins this, and although this matchup seems pretty close at first, doing a deeper dive, you kind of start to see this as Makima said to Chainsaw Man, this looks unwinnable. Please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed the video, and would like to see more of my other videos as well. Thank you all for 1K subscribers, and we're definitely going to get to 2K. We really are. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.